Are you ready to transform your personal style? To finally look in the mirror and feel like your wardrobe is a reflection of who you are. I took my style from sweatpants and leggings every single day to a style that feels much more authentic to who I am. So the first step of my transformation was really research. And if you are anything like me, you like to get really nerdy about it. In this video, we're going to do a bit of a deep dive into color seasons, Kibbe body types, Three-Word Method, style roots, the Indyx wardrobe tracker, and also mindful sustainable consumption. So all these methods are great, but I think it's really important to dig a little deeper and make them work for you. First thing is color seasons. I'm sure all of you have heard about color seasons at this point. And basically it's that everyone fits into 4 different categories, like a spring, summer, autumn, or winter. And depending on what your features are, like how light or dark your features are, you're gonna look best in different colors. So I'm supposed to be a deep winter, so hypothetically things like black and jewel tones are supposed to look best on me, but what I realized is that these aren't necessarily the colors that I always feel more comfortable wearing in my day-to-day life. I think that in my spirit I'm a little bit calmer, a little bit more gentle, and so sometimes these really strong colors felt a little bit too like aggressive and maybe like stood out a little bit too much for me. Things like a straight black I've really tried to decrease from my wardrobe and replace with something like charcoal or navy. I'm also really inspired by nature, and I feel the most, I guess, empowered when I'm near the ocean. So what I came up with was what I call the Moody ocean palette. So like think about greens and grays and even like sand colors, yeah, like ocean skies. So that's like my day-to-day palette that I go to. I also really like, for accent colors, kind of like berry type colors, so like a berry red or like a leafy green, or even like lilac type colors too, to bring in a little bit more lightness and punch into my wardrobe. But yeah, just because you're a certain color season doesn't mean that you need to stick to that color season. I'm going to talk more about this in another video because I think it's so important to wear the colors that we feel most confident in and most connected to. So the Kibbe body type system was developed by David Kibbe, and there's basically categorized bodies into 13 different types based on different things like your overall body structure, bone structure, like the amount of flesh you have in your body and your body shape. It's really complicated and really convoluted and really didn't help me very much at all, especially since there's just so much argument about who's fitting into which category, and really only David Kibbe can say what your body type is. If I was to say that I was a certain body type, I would say I would be more like a natural or a classic body type, which is kind of your mid-range. I'm not too like yin, which is a very feminine rounded body shapes, like double S curve type thing, and I'm not too yang, like too angular. I'm kind of like in the middle. What I did realize in terms of like body shape and what looks best on me is really looking at proportions. So I have like a very long torso and shorter legs, and I'm also like quite narrow. So what I found really works for me is things like high-waisted pants, because they make my legs look longer, and like higher tops with a higher cut, because that sort of shortens my torso, and things that are like cut through here so my shoulders look a little bit broader. And it's interesting because I was drawn to all these shapes and silhouettes before understanding why. And it's not because they look like sexier on me or more attractive on me necessarily. I just feel more comfortable in them and more confident in them. And I think it comes down to like this sense of balance and harmony. So Allison Bornstein suggests that the easiest way to define our style is to come up with 3 words that we feel like resonate with our style, and then, you know, make sure that our outfit contains at least one of these words, and preferably all 3 of them. So it took me a really long time. Like, I'm still sort of updating and changing these words as I go along through the past year, but what I came up with for myself for my 3 words were natural, strong, and vintage. So a natural being kind of more earthy, bohemian, natural fibers, really this sort of connected to the earth feeling. And that can look different in different outfits too. The same with strong. So when I say strong, I mean, I don't want to say more masculine, but clothes that are, you know, sharper, more tailored, more sporty. I like to have some sort of element in there to kind of balance things out and make me feel empowered and kind of give me some of that more yang energy, because I do tend to be quite soft in my, you know, aura, I guess. And my last word is vintage, and I really struggle with this one specifically because it isn't so much like the vintage style, it's that I want there to be something quirky in my clothing. So either like vintage or like ethereal or something that feels almost like from a different time, or a little bit like magical, right? Because I feel like that resonates with who I am. I feel like, you know, I've been here before, living different lives, or, you know, and I have a connection to something bigger than myself. So I like my clothing to reflect that in some ways too. And I just love vintage styles anyway. So what really helped to pull this together in a way that nothing else did was Ellie-Jean Royden style roots. So basically she takes natural elements like mountain, fire, flower, sun, earth. I think there's maybe 8 of them, and she combines them. She says everyone's style is made up of multiple elements, and the combination of, which I think she does 3 elements, is really what your style boils down to. And so mine would be mushroom, mountain, and earth. And when I saw her Pinterest boards for mushroom, mountain, earth, I just was like, this is it. Because it's the first time that I saw a Pinterest board reflect my Pinterest board, because my tastes seem to be very different than kind of the typical taste that you see today. So it was so exciting for me, and it kind of like set my brain at ease as a way to understand like how I like to look. And as long as kind of my style has 2 elements of those 3, so mushroom, mountain, earth, I feel very relaxed and confident in my clothing. One of the tools that helped me was actually tracking my clothes, because I'm like, I can't make any changes to my wardrobe before I know what I'm actually wearing. Because it's fine to have lots of clothes. It's a totally different thing to actually wear your clothes and wear the clothes that you want to be wearing. So I use the Indyx app to track my clothes, so I can give you really fun before and afters, because they are accurate. They're what I've actually worn and actually tracked. So I definitely suggest this for anyone who's interested in soul faction and interested in transforming their wardrobe, because you're really able to come up with new combinations and ideas, and, you know, slowly track how your wardrobe is changing to match your sort of new goals. So I didn't want to go out there and just, you know, replace all my clothing and do a huge haul and just buy my way to new style. I really want to consume mindfully. And this year my goal was to only buy 10 new pieces this year. So I'm successful so far, did that. And I also bought a number of secondhand pieces. But one of my big goals with my clothing is to wear it out. And I think that's so important. You know, if you buy clothes that you love, that are made of natural fibers, high quality materials, wear and tear on them just gives character, it gives patina, it gives life. And I'm proud to have clothes that look worn, that I love enough to wear out. And I think that should be a goal for all of us. I just want to give you an example. Like, you'll notice in my clothing, like, not everything looks new, and the shoes are a great example of that. But I wear them every day and I still love them. This journey has taught me that personal style isn't just about the clothes you wear, it's about how those clothes make you feel. It's about how you can show up in the world as the most authentic version of yourself. It's helped me really use my clothes as a way to set my intention for the day. It's also about using your wardrobe as a tool to represent who you are and who you want to become. If you're unsure where to start, Take it one step at a time. And don't be afraid to do a little YouTube deep dive and to get nerdy about it. If you do want to dive deeper and if you do want to get a little nerdy with me, then stick around for more videos on the Indyx tracker, more fashion and style videos, but also more videos on how to grow on a personal level in a soft, gentle, nurtured, and respectful way. If you like this video, please subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.